Hey guys, Matt back. This is not a tea talk. This is going to be hopefully one of the last rants I do about this subject. Um, you know, and I've talked about this subject a few times in the past, but it's getting kind of old to me. It really is. We've had this stolen property issue in our hobby for years now. And it just infuriates me. I don't even know how to put it into words at this point. I'm trying to. Uh, you got guys, as I pointed out in the group recently, that have done nothing for half a decade or more now. A decade. If you look at like Thew's case or PIA, I mean, you look at the largest transformer YouTubers who have never uh, received stolen property. I'm not talking about the obvious ones that did it years ago. I'm talking about the guys that have always shot straight from the hip, have been honest, and have put out quality, consistent content for years. Whether that's MGO, our own Patriot Prime, whoever it is, but they do it the honest way by hard work. But no, you got some kids, and I'm going to call them out by name: Tauntaun, Prime versus Prime, Kremzik, and that other idiot who received these stolen figures. Prime versus Prime, he didn't get big until about 4 years ago. Before that, he was nothing. He did nothing. And then all of a sudden, he's able to acquire this stolen property, and his channel exploded. And I guess what infuriates me is that very little attention has been put to this issue. Uh, there haven't been many large Transformer reviewers that have spoken about it. I don't know why. People say, "Oh, you're just trying to stir up contention," or, "Oh, it's not going to help nothing to call it out." So what? It's not going to help nothing. I mean, what? It might. At least we're trying. To the guys that are trying, like Proto Man, like myself, it's amazing because, and I don't even like Proto Man, but man, I give him respect for that. It's perplexing to me how not a finger can be lifted. Nobody, to my knowledge, nobody calls attention to this issue. I've seen nobody alert Hasbro of the issue. I have. But I think that if a few of us did alert Hasbro of the issue, continually bug them. There's a YouTuber, LA Beast. I don't know if you guys have ever watched him. His channel name is Skippy62Able. And he went on a campaign a few years back to bring back Crystal Pepsi. And, the few times he tried calling them, they didn't care. They listened to him, took notes, but basically brushed him off. But he got enough attention to this issue, or to trying to bring back Crystal Pepsi, that they eventually brought it back. And you guys think that it may not be effective if we alerted Hasbro? That's silly, and I'm not saying all of you think that. I'm saying a lot of people have made the arguments that it's not going to help nothing by trying to alert Hasbro, even though we know it has helped because they're already cracking down the factories. They've asked me the names of these YouTube channels. I've told them. I've shown them and forwarded them the evidence we have, and that evidence is clear. Sorry, guys, I don't know where to look here, but the evidence is clear. We have messages from Prime versus Prime himself alluding to the fact, not alluding to it, but straight up saying it, that he's received this stuff early from an inside contact from the factory. It doesn't have its packaging, and he's continuing to do it. I think that a lot of the views are coming from the guys that just aren't aware of it. But a lot of you guys are still subscribed to this guy, and you make no attempt to do anything about it. Well, you say it doesn't affect you. It's Hasbro's problem. There's a lot of guys that say it's Hasbro's problem because they allow the stuff to be stolen. No, it's not Hasbro's problem because they allow the stuff to be stolen. They're trying to enforce stricter security policies. The problem is, it's like, are you going to blame Walmart If I go in there and steal a loaf of bread, that's what you're doing when you say it's Hasbro's problem. I mean, that Hasbro is this issue. Because I know that one guy, Perspective N, he has a video talking about it. And it was such bullshit. And I called it out in 2 seconds. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. That Hasbro's the real problem here. That they're the ones that need to crack down harder. You can't help it sometimes if you're a company and somebody steals something from you. Or a corporation. I mean, that's bullshit. I don't agree. I'm not going to blame the company because a thief decides to break the law. And then not only that, because PvP and his buddies ain't stealing the stuff. They're just condoning it, and they're buyers of that stolen stuff, and they're building their channels based off of that stolen stuff. And I think as messages have shown, like I'm showing you in this video somewhat, and it's only part of these messages, that PvP is a middleman, too. I mean, he's reselling the stolen product. And, in the real world, guys, that's illegal. Your ass is going to jail for that. I had a buddy, when PS4 was just came out. No, it was PS3 just came out. Way back in the day. Well, I mean, what is it, 15 years ago now? I mean, 10, 15. But he was into some bad stuff, and he was reselling some stolen property. Some stolen systems, and he got in bad trouble for it. I mean, it's just illegal in most places. But anyway, I'm just on a rant today. I wasn't making a video. This is what I decided to make. There's a lot of people that have a problem with me calling stuff like this out too. And this is what I got to say for you. Live with it, or unfriend me, or unsubscribe, or whatever you want to do. Because it ain't stopping. This shit, this thing that PvP is doing and his buddies, that Optibotimus has done in the past, it needs to stop. You know why? Because I love the hobby. I care about the hobby. And if you guys do too, pick up the damn phone and call Hasbro and let them know this shit's going on. But thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll be back with a Tea Talk here tomorrow.